Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It's currently 5 o'clock. It is Thursday, a chill Thursday. I had a lot of, I need to change my stream status every once in a while. I forgot to run ads as well. Man, I'm just all over the place. What even is the stream status thing? They're saying he's the most normal streamer ever. We can keep that. Yeah, it's Thursday. I'm still recovering from my lack of sleep. Didn't get much sleep last night either. But we're doing better now. And we're almost at the end of my college career. Basically 2 days left. Technically a little bit more, but they're not going to be... Or tomorrow will be stressful, but every other day won't be. Hopefully. Anyways, let's head over here. Let's get started for tonight. Once again, hope you're all doing well. If not, well, guess what? We get a little bit of time to draw, to hang out, to improve, mayhaps. Who knows? Or degrade a little bit. That's always fun. I'm going to adjust my mic to be a little bit higher. I apologize. Yo, what is up, QR? H to you too. How's it going? I just realized I say what's up as hi, but it is a question. And then I say, how are you doing? And I usually follow that with like another question. Like, how's your day going? Something. Yeah, today was an important day for meetings and stuff. Tomorrow will be the most important day, technically, of my entire college career. It is my last major assignment for a class other than a final exam for another class that probably won't kill me. Yo, what's up, Bear? Multimillionaire CEO making me work to save him a few dozen bucks. Ugh, dude. I'm sorry to hear, QR. I hope you can find some rest. I hope that CEO has a, not harmful. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I hope they have a not harmful, but like a life-changing moment where they decide they need to treat their employees better. I hope the first person they turn to is you, and they get on their knees and they say, "I'm sorry, QR, for overworking you. Here's my private estate. And enough money to set you up for life." I hope they supply you with this. That really is the worst feeling. Is it looking like there will be a silver lining? Plus the bad part. You avoided it. Well, I hope all the work swiftly wraps itself up. That's all I can do is hope for you, but... And then you get to draw for like a billion hours and you never get tired, whatever. Late nights are probably my least favorite thing in life. I would rather do many other things than have a late night. It's not too bad. Kind of not doing much for the past 1 hour, just taking up 70% of my attention, keeping me up, yeah. I'm doing okay. I'm alive. I'm gonna be real. I don't think it's shown. Maybe it's shown a little bit on stream. I've been very agitated because of my lack of sleep, right? And so like I'm not like going out of my way to argue with people. I'm just as annoying as usual. But during my meeting today with, I'm not gonna say who they are. There's an individual that was in this meeting, so that's like 7 people. One person from some people. It could have been me. Who I was just kind of trying to rage bait. They were like, "Hey, so could you pull up this document?" I'm like, "We were never told to have this document. I didn't come with it prepared." And she was like, "I know, but we still need to show it." Because like this person has been kind of the progenitor. It's my professor. I'm done. It's my professor. They've been the cause of so many perils this semester. And so I was just kind of pushing back the entire time. And I was only doing that because my actual sponsor for the capstone was there, and he totally would be chill with me doing that. So I was fighting the system today. Was it a little bit petty? Yes, but was I also trying to defend my team? Because like if we didn't have this material, they were going to take off points. So I was going to fight tooth and nail. Like, you never told us to do this. that's basically all of today. I went to the, I had to drive a couple towns over to pick some stuff up and went to the gym. Ate probably way too much rigatoni to where I will be having a food coma midstream. All I have to do is fall asleep on time tonight, so that means we could stream longer if I feel. I'm gonna work on Luca today. All is, I wouldn't say all is well yet. What in store for you tomorrow? The last day of the messed up week. Yeah, so at 8 a.m. I have to be in a specific place. I have to set up it's an expo of sorts. I have to set up all of my capstone's resources. Presentation slides, posters, all that, right? Then right after I set it up, I have a hour-long personal presentation with an accreditation panel. And then once I'm out of that about 10, then math's not totally adding up, but trust. Once I get out of there at 10, I'll be doing the same presentation for till 4 o'clock, till 4 p.m. Or technically 3 p.m. And then wrap up at 4, get some dinner, and then probably my friends want me to go to a bar, so that will be happening. I did not send that again. Huh? Oh, it appeared twice. My thing's tweaking. Bear. Wait, so you could say fucked but not fuck? You got auto-modded for that. What is going on? Bear's message didn't show up at all. I'm tired. What is going on? Why is my script tweaking? YouTube, the script is saying YouTube sent it twice. Who knows, man? That's weird. Also, amazing work, both Bear and QR last night. Bear with the penguins, and QR with the epic wizard. I loved the foreshortening, and I loved the shading. Very cool stuff. I'm very glad we're getting more people from the stream in there, just because I get to see more art every day. What the hell? Show. Why is automodding QR for saying thanks? YouTube is tweaking. I can't say thank you? What the hell, man? I was about to do a really cringy bit, but I'm not going to because it sounds weird as hell. I'm glad I at least have somewhat of an internal monologue to stop me from making absolutely horrendous jokes. Not as like offensive horrendous, but like that's just not gonna land. It's just gonna be bad. But yeah, after this, I think after our side quest, we're actually gonna go back to lesson 6 for a bit, and then we may like sprinkle in the main drawing there. In my personal time, I'll be working on a personal drawing, so I won't be able to work on it then. But we'll have a lot more free time. The streams will be longer, which hopefully means lesson 6 will get done faster. What the hell did my friend just send me? I watched Dorohedoro episode 5 today of season 2, and it is very nice that you're getting spoilers, light spoilers, very light spoilers. Actually, I'll try not to spoil it. It's very nice that you're getting 2 characters' backstories at the same time, because in the manga, it is, yes. And I think maybe episode 6, is episode 6 out? Phone, please let me look at my Crunchyroll. Yeah, episode 6 is also out. It helped, not that the pacing in the manga was bad, just you have a button, you back-to-back character stories at the same time, if I remember correctly. It's a little bit confusing. Already with Dorohedoro's already confusing like center plot, if you don't take into account like Oh, I can't say too many things without spoiling. I'm smearing so much ink and it makes me so mad. Okay, this is rage baiting me. I swear I'm good at ellipses. I'm just smearing ink. No. Oh, yikes. I swear you can't go Dorohedoro episode in season 2 without someone's brain getting opened. Which makes it just the perfect anime to watch while eating dinner. I've kind of not grown accustomed to it, or used to it, but it's definitely not affecting me as much as it first did. I'm prepared. Yikes. Man. I'm not happy with today's warm-up. The same thing I draw every day, I know. I looked up Dorohedoro and apparently I watched it. Yo! First season, like years ago. Well, guess what season 2 is out? Get excited. The final season. Animation, in my opinion, is much better. Not that the first one was horrible, but they've made some improvements. Thankfully, none of you guys are on Twitch right now because this music kind of sucks. We're gonna swap it out. It just kind of. Is this AI? Wait a second. Who are you, this mean to call them AI. Okay, maybe it isn't AI. And I just said it sucked. No, wait a second. Wait a second. I think I was kind of happy they made it so crude and icky. Jenkins is crying. They deserve it. Yes, you should watch. I love it. I really love how they're focusing in on manga accurate stuff. Let's see. Description. Currently based in Portland, Oregon. I don't trust that you're real. So I'm going to skip this song. I didn't like it anyways. My bad. Not that it's bad. Not that it's like objectively bad. There we go. Sorry, Jenkins. You deserve better than me. Hence why I'm going to the next song. Oh, okay. I would like to have a conversation. It's a moral quandary. Skipping a song because you're unworthy of listening to it is crazy work. I mean, okay, here's the thing. I will defend that, or not defend that like I did anything wrong, but like I do that, ha. John Coltrane, sometimes I'm not in a John Coltrane mood, but like amazing jazz musician, right? Just like I can't appreciate it sometimes in the way that I should. You know? But like that music I just didn't like. John Coltrane I love, but like very specific moments in my life. If I'm like, I want some music in the background to draw or play games or something, it's not John Coltrane. I feel like I have to like specifically sit down to listen to that music and process it. So guys, moral quandary. I present to you an argument of which I have an opinion of, and I would like to know if I'm out of touch or not. I was at the gym today. I'm gonna start thinking of it this way. That's fun. It's not too intense. I'm just not worthy of it right now. There you go. Right? I can't wield this power. But I was at the gym. We're gonna do another organic form. And I was at the rowing machine. My love and my pride and joy with the rowing machine. No one ever does it. That's fine. Everyone's on the we have like 1,000 treadmills and like 3 rowing machines. That's fine. Who cares? I vibe with it. I smeared the ink again and it caused me to wobble right there and I'm mad. Dude, whatever. 2 people come up next to me for the other 2. And I always, urinal rule. I never take the middle one, right? I always take like the left or the right, never the middle. So they have to like go around you. Um, the one sits down, takes off their hoodie, and starts rowing, and their friend is like recording them in like a circle. And then today I learned urinal rule. I'm not sure if that's actually what it's called, but I think it is. I think I think it should be right. Take every other space. Then the other person takes off their hoodie, sits down, and their friend records them going around. And then they go and they leave and they go to the squat racks. And I'm pretty sure they did the same thing over there. I'd stray away from saying weird or funny things that happen in the gym if it's not me, right? Because I don't want to make people feel like they're being observed in the gym. I don't like the notion of thinking that every person in the gym is just watching me, trying to find me mess up, and I don't want to push that here. But that was just, like I bring this up because I just think it's a behavior that shouldn't be encouraged. And it's, I think, a moment for integrity for all of us to I post Twitch. You only see like the best moments of my life, I guess, right? Or like my best drawings, right? Why would I post my worst drawings or things like that? So in a sense, I'm fake, right? But that I think is like not just me avoiding posting drawings I don't think I like. That's tracing a drawing and then posting it, right? It feels disingenuous, and you're selling a life that you just don't at all have. So it's not that I went over to these people, I spat on them, I hit them over the head with a dumbbell, and I cursed their family's name to work on all that work on yeah. So just know that like don't do that. That's kind of messed up, right? Record people. I don't want to be like pin optic and then like someone's always watching you. That because you shouldn't do good things because someone could be watching you, right? You do good things because they are good things. But also just don't be fake. Don't do that. Don't sell a lifestyle you don't have. Fully. You can embellish a little bit. Come on. We're human. But like, yeah. Uh it just made me think. I was like, this isn't like an abhorrent evil. It's definitely not something. Actually, I didn't appreciate being recorded on the rowing machine, but not to a degree where I'd be like, hey, could you not record me, please? Right? Because like I look like shit on the rowing machine. I'm covered in sweat. I'm like, I have asthma, dude. So I'm like, like breathing really heavy. I look like crap. Also, I think I turned off my AC. But like I didn't really care about being in the back. I didn't appreciate it, that's for sure. Especially with them just walking over there and doing that. But and like it wasn't just in the back. They were like going a full 360 around their friend. So I was just in the corner. To think you'd see influencers in the wild, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's a college campus, so if there's anywhere, this is maybe like I don't want to say breeding ground. That sounds weird, but like the spawning ground of influencers. But yeah. Anyways, that's weird. Yeah. I mean, maybe it is technically if you think about it, but I don't want to think about it too much. Did you side? I did not. I did. I acted like they did not exist. I acted like I was like I AirPods in like enough volume so I don't hear them, but not enough volume so that they can't hear whatever music I was listening to. I think I was listening to Danny Brown. Uh, and I was just like, they do not exist. I didn't want to be in there at all. I wanted to be an NPC. Anyways, we're gonna do BRB 2 minutes. You know that all that good deal. I'm gonna make sure my AC is on. I think it might have crapped itself. Then we're gonna come back and draw furries for a couple hours. Be right back. I just realized we have YouTube people, so BRB doesn't make much sense. Um, I would also like to add. I just realized something. You know, I whenever this is really dumb. Like this shows I'm not immune to advertising. When I saw them, they had very nice exercise clothes on. I was like, why would they be kind of fake and recording this if they have such nice like they must really exercise well, to invest this. Like I wear a crappy shirt I got from my restaurant job 2 years ago whenever I go to the gym, right? And like I go to the gym 4 to 5 times a week. Yeah, exactly. Like I guess like that is the tell of influencer. I associated good gym clothes with someone who frequents the gym, not with someone who is just doing it for looks or promo or whatever, right? So, will I ever wear what is it called when it doesn't have the tank top? No. Do I draw Luca with a tank top and probably Bill a lot with that? Yeah. Is it tank top? What is it called? I mean, wife beater is a colloquial term, but I don't think that's the correct one in this situation. Who knows? What's the difference? Is tank top just more like to women's wear? Oh, freaking no, man. Wait, I forgot to actually check my AC. I'll be back. Also, one day I'll shamelessly fake an exercise routine for a Lululemon for a sponsor. Honestly, Lululemon's so expensive. Go for it. At the end of the day, not my life, right? Would I do that? Hell no. Here we go. Because getting caught up in that lie would suck. But free Lululemon, get me on that. I would also like to shout out how cool my roommate is. He the other day he didn't know if I was streaming or not, but he needed like to talk to me. So he knocks on my door instead of saying my real name. He says, "Hey, Kavel." I like actually cringed, but like he was being mindful. He was being mindful to like like not say my actual name on stream, which is so kind of him. But like, God, having my roommate call me Kavel is I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like their stuff, but if it's free, real. As I say, as I'm wearing, I think Lululemon exercise shorts. No. I only have the shirt. Now we know Kavel isn't your real name. One step closer to doxing. Yeah, I revealed my actual age last stream, and now I just said my name isn't Kavel. I'm giving away too much information. And like with the amount that I post about birds, it's very possible to figure out what state I live in. Like not hard at all. This is not encouraging people. Please leave me alone, right? But it's not hard. Alrighty, so what are we doing today? We're gonna work down here. We are going. This is too dark. I think I need to move some of the halftone into it. Thanks. Too much energy. Having too much fun, man. We need to push some of the halftones up. This. Why is that so light? Do I need to do a darker color on the I hate Krita layer? Let's see if we need to. Let's do this. There we go. We all live in the Delano village. True. Not sure if I would like that. Nile Blue making human kibble. I really don't like that thumbnail. That thumbnail bothers me a lot. Sorry, I just looked at Discord on the side because I can. In the internet world, just an internet girl in an internet world. Okay. Why is it rotate? How do I see? It's tilt controls my ass. I mean, yeah, okay, whatever. What's wrong with it? Maybe I just find dog kibble gross. I think this is an ish me rather than an issue. Especially the smell. I hate the smell of animal food. Wow. That's a lot. What are we gonna do here? I want to move the halftones in, so we're gonna do strokes like this. Whenever I rotate the canvas, it's really hard to keep track. Okay, so see this? We want to imply that right here there's a change in plane. So this is gonna go pretty straight, right? And then I want to actually rotate and now go um, like this. I don't know how I'm going to do the shadows and the teeth. I think I'll just paint over it, honestly. Also, I would like to wage war. This is something that's wrong with it. Sorry, I just saw Bear's chat message again. I was like, I don't know what. I have fallen in love with 6-7. I think it's funny. And especially now when it's kind of fallen off, it's perfect for me. I love it. I used to hate on it. I love it now, especially because like it's out of touch. And that makes it better. Yeah, redo this. But a thing that people do in memes and just actual talking now, which I hate. Because it's like just denying, oh my gosh, how words work, like the meaning of words. It's now become like saying like back in like 2016. I said it again. Now I'm gonna be like self-conscious of saying like is genuinely or honestly. I say honestly quite a bit and I can understand it, but some people just throw genuinely for no reason. Genuinely what? Were you lying to me before? I was talking to my friend today and he was like, hey, Kavel, I almost said my real name. Hey, Kavel, that could have been so much funnier if you just put genuinely at the end of it. I still flinch when it's unintentionally used 6-7. Oh, yeah, no. That's understandable. Oh, yeah, we wanted to have this plane be a little different. Tilt controls my ass. So this is going to be like this. Or no, okay, it's going, gone. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want. Nice, and we're going to bring it out as far as that one. Yo, Penguin, what's up? Saw you yesterday. Thank you for coming back today. Also, shout out TS Block last stream. It was near the end of the stream, but I accidentally had the BRB screen on for like 10 minutes. I do that sometimes. Like, I'm not going to be an English teacher. It's like, oh, can I go to the bathroom? Shut the hell up, die? You know, like, I'm not going to do that. But at the same time, I'm like, genuinely what? What is so genuine? Were you going to be not genuine about it? Okay, we need a smaller size here. Let's go for about a 50. There you go. Why even have this thumbnail thing if it doesn't update that fast? Like, genuinely, what the heck? Genuinely, this art is good. Thank you, Bear. I am already finding not parallels, non-parallels with Turan's art. Not that I want to draw exactly Turan's art, but one thing I really love about his stuff, Kavel can't go stream without talking about Turan or Germa, is the very painterly look. Like, I smoothen everything a lot, but he just has like pure strokes in there sometimes. Maybe I could do that when I'm doing like, because you know we're gonna do this as the lighting, then we'll do one for local value, and I think so the other day I was watching a video. It wasn't too helpful, but the main thing I learned from it is that there's local value and there's light value. Light value is this: it's where the light is hitting, and thus it changes the value of the color underneath. Local value is still black and gray, or black to white, monochrome, whatever the word is for that. But also we need to add like a little bit of light on the edge there. It's representative of the colors themselves and their value rather than the light. And so I was really getting that confused, especially when thinking about the eye, because I really like art. You can see this in Bad Guys with Mr. Wolf or whatever his name is. He has just pure yellow-orange eyes. They never change color. They're always that color, and I love it. I really love that in art. When people like don't do any gradation or anything on the eyes. So I kind of want to do that here, but I was kind of struggling because we still have color, or we still have value from the shadow. And I didn't know there's, local value and light value. Now I do, and hopefully we can do that justice. Will I? Probably not, but we can try. I want to push this a bit further. But yeah, Turan has that still very painterly art. The strokes show. Am I hating my own art because it's not looking that way? No, because like what Turan doesn't is informed by decades. I can't remember how long he's been drawing for. Um, but a long time of drawing. Mine, I don't have that intuition. Can't really hope to understand why he or how he does this. It's like when I draw a box, it's informed by thousands of boxes, maybe hundreds to thousands. I'm not sure. When Tran does a paint stroke, it's informed by his understanding of lighting and things like that. So I can't really hope to know that right now. It's kind of like lesson 2. You won't know totally. And also, I want to do some round strokes right here. I may do some thing to the edge of this to show that it's round because it is a very sharp line. See, like it doesn't feel like it's gonna rotate, but I don't know how to fix that. Like I think adding a darker value at the bottom of it, because there will be a form shadow of the very small slice that's because it's round, 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 and there'll be a plane that's still visible that's not the light isn't directly hitting, right? Um, only a couple of it, the photons are getting in there, so we'll add a bit of this here. That's smearing a bit. I don't want that. We'll try this technique again, where we just add a bit of the value at the bottom. And then smudge it in. Let's see if that works. I'm going to do one pass right here, then we go out like this, stroke that direction. It's a little bit too blurred. This, because we're going forward and down, and then forward, down, forward, down, forward, down. Cav, is this a new OC? It is. His name is Luca. He is a Puma. Luca the Puma. Thank you for asking. We've had a bit of I've been spamming the new OCs a little bit. I should probably be better about. I should be more tempered. Did I kind of get the effect that I was looking for? Yeah, you can say. I'm just not too happy with the tooth. It doesn't feel like it's separate. We could do a nice small shadow line right here. Kind of like we did for the nose, which I still want to improve. I think it should be darker and this should be lighter. A wiser Kavel would make a note of that on his notes layer. I'm just going to hope I remember in a bit. This seems taller than this. You have to shrink it. And let's see, the hard stop of the shadow would be that way, so we need to pull it towards us. Right, like we'd see the stop of it right there, so we're gonna go like this with the value. I hate crit. that was born of the crash out yesterday. That is the layer specifically used to fill in all the gaps that are caused by the selection tool. I probably shouldn't have done this with the paintbrush, actually. I should do it with the fine liner because that has consistent value. Oh, but it's not that. This part of the face looks like styrofoam. I could, yeah, especially the texture right here. I could definitely see it. But I do need to make these have the others are crazy. This is so dark, and then it just turns into like, oh, it's so light over here because it's not part of the shadow family. It's like that game where you have to guess which colors, or if the colors are the same or different. We'll erase the top of this to make them even out, I think. The chess, what is chess piece shading illusion? Let me look at this. Google, go. Chess piece shading illusion. Ooh, what is this all about? It's called the checker shadow illusion on Wikipedia. Oh, here, wait. Okay, I see. Yeah, no. You're correct, Bear. Oh, why is this so small? I'll pop it in stream. This is from Wikipedia. Oh, wait. Oh, it's transparent. I thought it had the same gray as the background. So apparently A and B have the same shades. That's very cool. That's so gross. I hate that so much. That is so weird. And to prove, actually, I can't draw on top of references. I could paste it in here as right. We'll paste it in here as a layer. Where'd it go? There it is. Take some of this. You guys ready for this? That's way too big of a brush. We'll just do that. That's so gross. Oh, that's so weird. Wow. I like it a lot. I mean, yeah, and I wouldn't say this is that completely, but it's definitely very closely related. That is just gross. Thank you for sharing that, Bear. That is now something I will always reference. I'll show my grandkids one day. I'm like, whoa. Need a little bit more white value here, or bright value. We'll just do a halftone. That's too much. But it's still too dark for this. But the smudge tool is just going to sample from over there and push it down. Then we'll just do this. Yeah? Yeah. That fixes it a little bit. Yes. I hate the tilt control. Like, why would I ever want to tilt it like this? This is not how tilting works. Sorry, Huan. I don't know. I'm free! We finally gave up. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm glad you're free though, but I'm sorry that we finally gave up rather than a we completed it. Yeah, and the town was saved. Okay, so we want. Let's see, right here, it's gonna be coming at us right here. I'm gonna try to. No wonder people get wrist tendonitis if you have to use tilt controls like this. Okay, this is like in the middle, so we're gonna go like this. And this is gonna go over here. We kind of want to tuck it around. This is gonna be the median of those two. What's my color right now? Halftone? No, the main light color. We'll move it to halftone. There we go. Shout out to Saf for having his art featured. New Jersey, I feel like I should say that. Even though, you know, only a few here may know who he is. I'm very proud of him. New Jersey. When I first heard, I was like, what connections does he have in New Jersey? You know? Like where Saf lives, where I won't say just for the sake of his own privacy. Like how the hell how the hell did that happen? Go, and then we're gonna try to smooth this out a lot. Oh, we got some Spirit Pharaoh OST. That turned out so much better than I thought it would. It's not perfect, but I'm pretty darn happy with that. We may have to extend it a bit further over here, but wow. That's pretty cool. I just don't know. Do we do like a darker value over here? Do we do Shadow Family to kind of carry it through? Kind of want to ask him, but I feel too nosy. I feel like he would appreciate it, but yeah, I get that as well. But if I were his, and this is, me being egotistical, but if I were in his shoes, I would be like, oh yeah, no, totally. Like, I would love to talk about this. I have an ego, though, so I'm not sure. Okay, maybe we should press a little bit harder and use foreshadow. Maybe we should make it a little bit darker. I wonder if he's gonna send them the art. I should be asking him these things. If he's gonna send them the art physically, or they're just gonna do prints. I mean, it feels too dark. Was it a smaller size too? I feel like it needs to be. I love putting this much care into a drawing, or just anything, because it really becomes yours. Everything, and tint is beautiful. And tint, you can see it in code, you can see it in engineering. Not that code isn't engineering, but it tells you so much. What's the difference between malware and, uh-oh, why can I not zoom out? Uh-oh. No, don't do this to me, Krita. Why can I not zoom out? Help. Why is my mouse not working? Hello? Hi, cat. What's going on? Krita, what the hell? Oh? Oh? No. What the heck? Let me go! Let me go! Help! Why? Give me a second. Krita, what are we doing? Get it together, they're watching! There's people in stream, Krita. Why is my Krita, let me Google this. Did I hit a mysterious button? Try restarting, but I did all this work and... we'll restart. Sigh. What's up, cat? How's it going? That was annoying. Whatever your autosave rate is, you need to increase it. Thankfully, it wasn't an autosave rate issue. I just didn't want to lose the history of everything that I did because I didn't, like, if I didn't like it, I wanted to be able to undo it, so I just purposely undid it. Save that every 30 seconds. True. When I used to make Gmod maps, I would save every time I made something, every time I clicked, basically. Yeah. Shadow Family. Oh, here we go. Here's some good music for your wizarding. Wizard QR. Some wizards wish to solve the most wow, enigmatic code of all times. The one spell that shall never be broken. They call it the QR code. Feel like there should be an add-on out there that saves it with the project file. Dude, yeah, like that. Why does that not exist? Sure, it inflates sizes probably by a lot, but like, come on. I'll take it. Like, make it. That's the thing. Make it optional. Who cares if it? If I have the room, I paid for the full hard drive. Let me use the full hard drive. Actually, lying. I'm using Google Drive for all my art, which is quickly becoming an issue. Hydrate. I will do that. Because I didn't realize how big Krita files are. Like, some of my drawings are a gigabyte or more. Yeah, third party. Yeah. Yeah, I may have to come up with a different storage solution because, like, sure, every drawing is a gigabyte, and I have 100 GB in my Google Drive that I pay for. Um, but I also have like all my other personal files, which means I could like let's suppose we have I think I have 25 gigabytes left in my Google Drive. That means I can only have 25 more drawings. So, I'm not sure the compression rate for zips for Krita files. I'd assume probably decent. Then again, Krita, if they were wise, they would auto compress their save files. So maybe not. Let's go back to 20-ish. Save a bunch of my rough and art stuff on my drive. That is good, but I was just saying that I can't do that because I'm running out of room. Or do you mean like hard drive? But it's just the flattened version? That's probably a lot cheaper, yeah. I did get automodded? What the hell? Weirdly enough, QR, I don't see any auto mod on YouTube. What the hell? YouTube's being freaking weird today. Well, Cat, there's no perfect ref. Sorry to say. Sometimes you gotta make your own ref. If you can. I remember a long time ago when I was a little bit more obsessive about making refs or finding refs, using them. Uh, I too kind of searched endlessly for the perfect ref and realized that's not sustainable. Here, you copy pasted it. Fuck. There we go. I don't know what's going on with both YouTube and my thing today. I think YouTube might have updated their API. I've made a couple of the refs that I've used for drawings. You guys are gonna be very surprised that I made the ref for this one. Wait. This warning, I'm about to put something with a skeleton, implied skeletal stuff. So if you don't, what? Die? What? JPEG? It's a JPEG, bro. Fine, I'll paste it in myself. What the fuck? Why do you not support that? Oh, I can't show it on screen, I guess. It's the picture of Gravel's lifting up his shirt and showing his ribcage. I made the ref for that. I pulled out all my skin. This guy DMs me one more time. Okay, guy. Whatever. I did, okay, weirdly enough, when it comes to the bill drawing, I didn't do the reference for that, but I had a towel next to me, and I constantly twist and turn the towel for that one. Kavel and Kaveling, what does that even mean? What are you on about? What are you talking about? Do I need to call somebody? Or are you locked in the bathroom? Have you tried getting a job? Those who know. That's a relatively more niche meme. I'm not sure if that will be totally received here. Drawing to Gravels. We actually, I haven't been drawing Gravel as much, just because we've been focused on this mainly. I was talking about this a couple streams ago, and I think given what Bear posted today about Rembrandt's little R signature on the belly button, yeah, I'm trying to say that Krita on Steam lets you. Oh, okay. Please stop censoring me. Well, you've been. I'm not seeing any of these auto mods. What the hell? YouTube, get your shit together, bro. What the hell? I'm so sorry, QR. That is annoying as hell. That is cool though. That is actually really, really cool. I like that. But going back to the Rembrandt R belly button, I think I was talking about this a couple streams ago. I love non-signatures, like signing your art with like a something that everyone can notice. So for me, I like putting the gravel in there, like him peeking out, the gravel peek emote. Uh, and just because like one, I'm not that important. Why would I sign my art? Two, it's a nice thing that people can look for, right? It's just a little bit too dark. Gotta go to Twitch. That's understandable. This whole time I was like, I wonder when he's gonna cave. Praying on his downfall. But yeah, I'm such a sucker for not doing actual signatures. Because like I would like to pretend that I can understand, like, oh yeah, I understand the themes and such of this art piece or whatever. But I'm not that smart and I'm not that observant. So give me something to look for. Give me a little puzzle, please. Can you play Beastars OST? Nope. Just be annoying and put my actual initials on it. I don't think. Okay, so I'm not sure if I want to call it annoying, right? I think that's okay. Own it, right? That was my work. Yeah. Um, like I think having pride in your work, that's great, right? But I'm stealing from Uncomfortable here. He said this like a month ago. The signature is part of the composition, so it better make sense, right? It affects how you look at the drawing. If I see the T, the way that Turan signs his T, I'm like, oh hell yeah! Like I love this drawing, right? And it's still a typical signature, but he's such an important artist to me that when I see it, I'm like, hell yeah, man. Okay, maybe we don't want a brush that big. Left corner every time. Okay, that's rough. I remember when I first started streaming, I was like, let's come up with a uh, a signature, and I think the one I was using for stream was like was I can't draw here. It was I don't remember. It was it was Cav, and it looked like this, like something like this. It's a cool little symbol, but I like just hiding gravel in there so much more. It's traditional. No one's gonna steal your art. Well, it's not necessarily about stealing. Plus, I've already fed all of your art into a generative AI training. So like, but yeah, it's a little bit darker than I want. Just a little bit too dark. And so now we're going to use a special tool for this. It's in, I think, FX, and it is the dodge. And so we're going to go over here. We're going to set it to maybe about 20. And see this? It's a bit dark. Yeah, I'm going to make the dodge a little bit bigger so it blends in better. Yeah, we'll back at it with the AI allegations. AI alligators. Maybe make it even smaller. This sounds mean, but I'm going to say it. I see AI art as such an illegitimate medium that joking about it is funny to me. Maybe that'll be out of touch in a couple years. And maybe I won't stand by it, but I'm going to say it for now. And I'll define AI art as just the people who kind of just like sit on their asses and type in prompts until it looks pretty. So I'm going to joke about it. Could I be eating my words one day? Yeah, probably. I don't care. Fruit Love Island. True. Wait, God. Oh my God. I forgot about Fruit Love Island. Oh, oh no. The genesis, the height of true AI content, dude. I'm not gonna. Okay, so I'm gonna side with this is very topical, Cat, because I recently watched Hank Green's video on AI slop, which I think is great. Is I wouldn't consider it slop because of the definitions John Green laid out. I think they're wonderful, but at the same time, and so I can like understand how the creator like wants to defend their IP because their IP barely their IP, their content because blah blah blah, right? But yeah, should they have behaved in that way? Not at all. But I can understand because that goes back to the pride thing that we were talking about. So I kind of empathize with them in that regard. Is it still a little bit morally bankrupt? Yeah, especially when they acknowledge that water is being used. I still remember I was participating in an art contest and someone threw their AI prompting and all that was evidence that they. Give me a second, I read that too fast. I still remember I was participating in an art contest and someone threw their AI prompt in, I'm going to assume, and all the evidence that they worked on it or that their submission is valid. So did they fake the evidence or did they literally say like, yeah, I went to ChatGPT and told it to make woman with big breasts and with anime style, Ghibli style. I don't want to smoothen it too much. See, that kind of ruined that, so I gotta be careful here. Now here's I feel confident enough, not that I'm right, but just, I feel more comfortable saying my opinion online because you guys aren't totally mean to me. They wanted to participate, so they tried really hard to say their piece was valid because of all the work they did in the prompting, dude. Oh, that's so sad. There's an artist there. Check Automod. I'm not accepting that. That's mean. Just kidding. I don't care. Wait, I hit deny. Fuck. um, there's an artist there, and it's so sad. But I consider AI generated images by human art, and it kind of sucks to say, but I do. That may be misinformed. QR, oh, thank you for following. Shoot, thank you, QR. I do consider it legitimate art, but like, because like those people who hang the paint cans and like spin them around, right? And like it pours paint spuriously on the canvas. If I didn't consider that art, then I could say AR isn't art. AI generated images isn't art. But under my definition of what art is, I would consider it art, so long as a human made it and attributed meaning to it. Because it's just an argument of tools, right? And tooling. If I had a pencil that made the whole image for me, the fact that I move my wrist, would that make it art or not, right? But do I, as and then once something's art, right? I can't say if it's better or worse than any other art, unless that's a qualitative claim, right? Like in my opinion. And my opinion is that AI art is very, just bankrupt. Like I have no interest in engaging with it, or any AI, even like AI assisted arts. I engage, like I said earlier in this stream, I love intent, and AI cannot have intent. I can't gauge intent, right? So, yeah, I was following already, and this is an alt. Oh, okay, gotcha. I just got my victory joint and able to balcony with my tablet. Hell yeah. Victory joint, I love it. So I want to push this into the shadow group. This probably should have been halftone right here. It's disheartening to see them win contests. Yeah, it's like freaking, I don't know if Eddie Brock, right? Is that who I'm thinking of? Eddie Hall? Yeah, Eddie Hall. It's like if Eddie Hall joined a middle school arm wrestling competition. Kind of, but like the AI artists aren't actually skilled in that way. I just realized my art definition includes AI art. I may need to work on that. Is it a bad thing that it includes AI art? Because I don't know if it's a bad thing. You know, something being art, I don't think is bad. Art is vibes first, definition later. So yes, I think yes isn't it being like a bad thing. I think. So I would like to propose a hypothetical. Once again, this is not me attacking any ideas or anything. I'm just curious about your take. Um, which I think is a cool one. Uh, if there, let's suppose, right, humanity was not driven by corporate greed and people trying to make a quick buck, and we created an LLM or an sorry, not an LLM, just like AI image generation, right? Um, that's not that's not trained off of stolen art and the compute that went into it was like all renewable energy. So like all the very typical claims of AI art is now moot, right? Or like why it's so bad. Other than slop entering the market and all that stuff and like jobs ruin. And suppose it isn't ruining jobs. Like there's some license you must acquire that regulates the use of it. Um, would AI image generation in art, would you want to exclude it from your definition still? I don't think it's a bad thing. Art is too nuanced to exclude any form of it. Of it if the value is expression intent. Yeah, that's my definition as well. Um, which is my definition may be separately different. I'd have to think about it just a little bit. I feel like my definition is very wishy washy. It's very open, and that's any like philosopher ever would be like that's bad. Um, but yeah, look how tall that tooth is. You just gave Kavel the coin. Oh yeah, with the ad. The timer isn't going. No, I'm kidding. No, we don't care. We're just chilling. And first of all, I'd like to say I'm very glad, guys, that I can have this conversation with you guys, and no one is being hostile or rude or doing bad faith arguments or interpretations of anybody's arguments. I'm very appreciative of that. Whenever it comes to talking about on the internet, I'm always worried of that. Someone said AI. I just did the freak face in real life, the hamster freak. Sadly, Bear is on YouTube chat, so she cannot express her rage with such emotes. Because yeah, like my idea is if AI wasn't so trained off of horrible things, used up try like terrible resources, it wasn't disrupting the job market, I would be a little bit less hostile, but I would still, maybe I'm a bad person. I do personally, right? This is not a like objective claim. I just personally value art more when it's by human and there's intent and reason behind it. I try my best not to be too reactionary when it comes to stuff like AI. I think that's a very, very healthy mindset. I actually try to be as reactionary as possible. Not sure if that's a good or a bad thing yet. We'll see. Man, this tooth is so freaking big. It's also skinnier than this tooth. We may have to cut it down a little bit more. Honestly, I don't know what to think anymore. Adding a machine to the calculation changes everything. Maybe I shouldn't think about it. Sure, I think that's a totally fine take. I don't think you should think about it after a very long work shift for a job that can be stressful. There are times to think about things, and maybe this isn't one of them, right? No need to ruin your night by pondering the hard questions, right? Those could be solved another day if they need to be solved at all. There's sometimes in philosophy class, we would do debates, and sometimes someone's response to a debate would be like, "Well, that question doesn't need to be answered," and I'd get mad at them. I'm like, I'm learning from Hank in his videos. He's very articulate, dude. He's such a freaking good speaker. He's honest. Hank and John, man. If I ever saw them in public, I would probably be too awkward to approach them. But suppose I wasn't, I would definitely say hi and get a picture, and in the ideal world, pay for their lunch. You know, Hank or John got me through history class, and Hank got me through my 20s. I think those are great things. Is the experience rather than the subject of piece, and AI can definitely induce that. You know that I need to find a formal definition of art, and I'd rather use a smarter person than I's definition than my own. But my current personal definition is that which humans attribute meaning to, right? So engineering can count as an art. Football, sports, right, can count as an art. Uh, and so whenever you look at something, if humans didn't exist, and suppose like no sentient life I did or whatever, and like a tree existed, then it wouldn't be art. But humans, when they project meaning onto it, I feel like it becomes that. That's my personal take. Is there a lot more thinking in Zapata videos to watch? Probably. I just think it was that way, but it just wasn't satisfactory to me personally. That's real. I'm an absurdist at heart, so create your own meaning and find beauty in that. I just realized the teeth would be connected on this layer a little bit, probably. There's no truth. You just need to pick what is useful and meaningful to you. Yeah. Where's the? Oh, there it is. I guess the teeth would be right here. Well, that's like the back. Oh, frick. And that's I choose my definition of art because that which human attributes meaning to. Because if you don't, for me when I see AI art, I don't really. There's no meaning to it to me, so I don't consider it art. Right? Pretty easy. Playing jigsaw with Luca's mouth. Too easy. I found in life I'm not the smartest guy, right? So creating a working definition and going forward with that is much better than not moving at all. So that's the opinion. So that art definition of art is what I've formed so far. Definitely could be improved over time and stuff, but it makes sense to me right now. When I left high school, I really didn't. I mean, I knew I kind of wanted to do engineering and I liked programming, but that was about it. So I looked at everything I had done in life. Excuse me. Oh, it's an alpha light, dude. I'm a chud. Um, get that right there. That 1 pixel. It's gonna drive me crazy. So I just kind of gave myself the rules. Like I want to make good stuff. That was what I graduated high school with. That's what I wanted to do in life. It's very open, very broad. Allows me to experiment and change a lot. And I still would say I have like the most concrete idea of what I want to do in life, right? But at the same time, I have a direction. So I think choosing that gave me a good direction. Help me out. Maybe like this. There. Seems a bit too thick. What if I did this? Ah, look at that. We'll spill over a little bit so we can correct it with the white. Oh, oh my gosh, guys. If I was in a very different mood, maybe it's problematic if I played this on stream. But I've been re-listening to Mr. Morale by Kendrick Lamar. I've never been like I like Kendrick. I think he's an amazing artist, but I've never like truly gotten into him until now. Man, Mr. Morale is such a good freaking album. Holy crap. It may be one of my favorite rap albums of all time. I have a lot more rap to listen to, but man, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is so great. So you mentioned sports are art. Why is that? Do you think the players attribute meaning to something transcendent like art, or is it the people watching that attribute meaning? I feel like when there's a clear win or loss in action, it loses what makes art to me. Well, you can ask, and this isn't 100% true all the time, but like as a person who did sports, it wasn't always about winning or losing, right? You just kind of did it for the sake of the game. And yeah, since there is an incentive now to perform, that can kind of change it. But I don't think an incentive inherently abolishes the ability to do something for the sake of it. It could just make it a little bit harder. That is a great point, though. And so I think the players attribute meaning to it just as some of the fans may. But I do think it's more player centric. That's where my definition would lie. So, like formula, right? Oh my god, it's like engineering is art right there. I find the engineering very beautiful. That's why I pay attention to the sport. But just the beauty, like oh my gosh, like bodybuilding, right? There's a monetary incentive to win or be the strongest, but like musculature itself, I find inherently beautiful, and striving towards that too is extremely impressive, right? I'm thinking about direction for career life, but it's hard to be motivated by emotion and just do the thing. I can vibe with that, yeah. But every action you take while playing is to do well, no? Because win loss incentivizes what makes you do anything. I don't know. Yeah, to win you don't win art just as you win a game. But I mean, this sounds naive. What if I just like kicking a ball, right? I like finding new ways to experiment with it and put in and do it right. Because like if we go into engineering as art, suppose engineering is art. You may disagree with that, but suppose it is for a second. That still has an end goal of making a thing, right? I'm picking to learn, by the way, not scrutinize. Oh no! Don't worry. I don't get. I like it. Challenging my ideas will help me like better form them or change them, right? So thank you. No worries. I'm not. Yeah. Um, I feel like in engineering, does engineering have one of those kind of goals? Right? There's a win or lose. I mean, in a lot of engineering, it would be very nice if engineering in this world was like a very non-monetary incentive task, right? Like uh you just kind of do engineering, right? Like you don't pick up engineering to get a job, you just kind of do it. And there's plenty of people on YouTube who do that, right? I did a thing, I would say, as an artist in that regard. He's insane. Michael Reeves, I would say, is an artist in that regard, right? So suppose engineering is an art, right? Um, they do it because they like the milling machine, right? They like solving that problem, and they attribute meaning to doing those things. So I attribute meaning to kicking a ball. Um, art is a game of patience, cat. Dude, I'm sorry. I can't. I'm sorry. It's mean to pick out every spelling error. I'm sorry, it's mean. Okay. Um, but like going back to thing is like, is a winning and losing condition inherently anti-art? What if it's an art to care about competition, right? To just be competitive. But yeah, like I feel like saying, "Oh well, I just like kicking a ball, and I want to find the best way to kick the ball." That could be true, but that does seem kind of unfair to your argument. Um, so I'd also like to pose the question: is competition inherently non-artistic? I attribute meaning to the win condition, right? Under my definition, right? Um, I feel like there's some validity there, mayhaps. Not inherently, no. Is this the Genshin soundtrack? We may have to retrace our Oh god, we may have to retrace our discussion because I'm also kind of losing track of what I was saying. I'm sorry, Kat. I didn't mean for that to be mean. I just the misspelling patience kind of got me. No hate, no hate, no hate. It's not very even. The gaps are. See these gaps? I don't know how to fix them. Lots to think about. Of course, yeah. Always feel free to pop into art discussion too in there. I take forever to respond. And sometimes I just don't because I forget, but your right headphone is broken. I'm sorry to hear, Kat. I hope uh I don't know why I'm trolling. I need to shut up. We're gonna move these teeth. Teeth moving. This is going to be teeth with an F. I hate Krita. I hate Krita. I hate Krita. I hate Krita. Okay, I'm sorry. That was loud. That was a very stark change in emotion. I apologize. I need to control myself. But now that I think about it, like, uh, a win condition isn't inherently anti-art. For what I feel, this is a feeling. This is not like bound by anything but my emotions, right? Just vibes wise, I feel like it isn't anti-art. I feel like expectations are. Because if we do things because we attribute meaning to them, expectations undermine meaning because it sets some external like end condition to it rather than doing it for the sake of it, right? Like I expect to win undermines the inherent value of winning to me if I were a person who's treats competition as a form of art. I think for now my strongest idea is the bodybuilding one, right? Because when I think about it, like man, the pursuit of that is awesome. Then again, we do have like the manosphere in that, which really ruins it. But yo, what's up, James? How's it going? I think the shadow is a bit too dark over here. I think so too. King of the jungle, but still social and with it. I'm doing okay, James. We're nearing the end of my college career. Only a few days left of assignments being due. Technically, there's a lot more school left, but all my professors are just kind of done. They're like, yeah, just turn it in, whatever. um, but yeah, we could use the uh, glow tool here, but I've been obsessed with shoe bills, guys. I want to draw a shoe bill. Don't worry, it's not going to be another character. We'll probably just do the shoe bill, the animal, or something. My sister, this is funny. I'm not sure if I told you guys this. My sister's scared of birds. But she really likes shoe bills. Ain't that weird? Twitch is the dark side. Shoe bill but buff. The freaking I'm sorry, but Risey said that I thought of the Tyran Fiddler drawing of the buff shoe bill. It's so freaking good. That's probably one of my favorite of him because the angle is so good. Oh my god, I'm thinking about Tyran Fiddler. Shoe bills are kind of cute. Shoe bills are crazy cute, dude. I love shoe bills. I need to look at all of his Weartober stuff. Go look at his prints website. He has a website where he sells all of his prints because that's like the most up to date stuff. The most recent Weartober is insane. He uses so much color. Not that like his usual art is missing color, but he really went for a more saturated and colorful look, and it shows, and it's so good. Why did autocorrect give me the wrong word? I don't know, Kat. I don't feel like it would. I feel like it's a you problem, an issue. Let's see if we could use the I hate Krita layer to fix this. We'll do some of the light value. Oh well, it did. What's happening here? Why is this weird? We could usually probably just... Oh wait. Hello? Oh, there we go. Oh, alpha. Alpha lock. I'm the alpha. I'm the. Sorry. My bad. Oh, we need to set teeth behind it. It'll probably look better. Oh my god. What is this song? Now I'm obsessing thinking about Trend Fiddler. Dang it. Frick. Focus up, Cav. Come on. I have like a visual library of all of his art in my head. I cycle through it whenever I go to sleep. I'm not kidding. Do we need a soft eraser for that? I just saw a print and I want it so bad. Dude. He does so much stuff that's just right. So if there's anybody who inspires me, man, it's Tren. I tried finding the other day when I was looking up how to like go from, like the hardened shadows to softer ones. I tried so hard to find his process videos or anything, but I couldn't find it. I have an idea. Even though this is darker, what we're gonna do. Hello? Ah, what layer were you on? But why can't I? I think I may see the issue. What if I merge these back into each other? Slept well? Heck yeah. Some weird ass music right now. I'm not totally driving with it. Final Fantasy. I love the Final Fantasy soundtrack. Why was I not driving with that? Is this cute Odyssey? Yes! I can't say Bill isn't inspired by Cypress a little bit. I can't wait to do this kind of lighting for Bill. It's gonna be quite cool, quite fun. Methinks. Push the white values into there. Oh, it's still very dark. Stupid tilt controls. What the fudge? Why did I say fudge, dude? What the fuck? Okay, there. Needs a bull character in their life. Agreed. I was about to say something unhinged. uh... I'm glad I operate with the virtue of temperance in my life. Also, guys, I was thinking of what's missing in this drawing, and many things could be missing. I'm no expert, but I did come up with one. I would like to tell you guys in a second once I'm done fighting. Fighting this. Been thinking about Pokemon. Ooh, yeah, that's a wonderful source of 50% in my opinion. Guys, we're missing a very important value in all of this drawing. We are missing highlights, specular highlights. What the frick? And you guys think, okay, you guys are being lied to right now, right? I feel like because it's tricking my eyes, so I feel like it's gonna trick your eyes. See this very hot, like white hot part of the nose right here? How bright it is? What if I told you that's not white? What we can do on top of it is, let me find the nose. We put a little white glistening thing right there. Now it doesn't look so white. You know? Type beat. I think that would go crazy. I just don't know where to put it yet. But like literally the smallest amount does so much. It's so much value. The rule. I'm gonna learn you something, guys. I don't really. Ads. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I think we just went over our ad limit. Yeah, the pre rolls are now on. Um, I'm trying to. Okay, I'm not gonna actually teach you guys this because I don't know what I'm saying, but we're gonna try. I was thinking the same thing. The light was specular light. The light part was specular light, or the reflection, yeah, or the highlight, I guess. What is specular? Whatever. Anyways, this is me trying to remember the Proco video. So we have our object. It is either in the light family. So let's say we have. This tool's weird. Sure. This is me not really trying to teach you guys, but trying to recall everything by teaching. So let's see if it works. Okay, so we know that everything, we have where the light doesn't hit, right? So we have our light family. Let's say we're doing, the light's being casted like this. So actually, I chose like a really hard angle to do this on. Kind of works out. Africa. Similar like this, right? Light and dark family, that's what we've done already. We know that because of ambient occlusion right here, will be, the core shadow. It'll be very dark. We have to do a different brush for that. Right? Actually, we'll go like this. Kavel $1 art class, I know, right? And we have our ambient occlusion here. It would like kind of trail off right there and kind of get pinched because of the form. And it could be however dark. And then of course, and everything right here, you're like, Kavel, why isn't this area darker? Because that's reflected light off the floor. And then we have our core shadow. Or sorry, we'll have our core shadow. That's the another part of the shadow family, and then everything left will be halftones, right? And that's part of the light family. This is planes slightly turning away from the light source. No, you're fine. I don't even know what you said wrong if you did say anything wrong. So, um, so yeah, very naive implementation, right? If you abuse the smudge tool like me, then you know it'll all kind of make sense. Oh god, that was a bit much, wasn't it? Something or the other, right? Bleh. Cool. Let's pretend that looks good. Where does the highlight go? Right? The highlight is like the surface is reflective, which means it is not absorbing any of the photons, or less of the photons. It's still going to absorb a couple of them because of color, right? Probably not because the highlights are white. Anyways, where is it going to be? So if it's coming from this direction, which means it's very far away from the camera, then the only surface that's immediately reflective towards it. I'm trying to remember. Perko says it in like 2 sentences and it's extremely concise and it's a good rule to follow. This is very dramatic music. I'm trying to logic through it myself. Basically, what I'm thinking right now is, are you finally fit? No, not at all. Don't say finally. That's a bit rude. If we have our camera, alpha layer, and we have our object, if the light, let's say, is right above or like behind the camera, right? That means the view of this camera, you have, both the spheres. It'll be like right in the center, right? Here will be the highlight. But if the light source is like over here, then, it's going to be like only right here because it's like the most direct one to it, maybe? I can't remember exactly. So the less the light source is, so it'd be right here. I think this tracks. I think. So in this instance, right, the light source is coming from over here. So if there was a highlight that we saw, it'd be like right here. Why would it not be up here? I don't know. It's coming from up and over there. So yeah, I just feel like it'd be like that. I think. And that's if the surface is reflective, which means it's not, absorbing too much of the light. That's how I think of it, and then we can give it a nice little. There, we have to turn this back on. I might have smudged it a little bit too much, but I can't really do it any lighter than that. Yeah, if the light is hitting the nose, this is very bright, so I feel like we'd see the highlight as opposed to right here because we're mired in more shadow. And so we'd like see it right here as well because the light is off in this direction. But if the light was behind the camera, then we'd see the highlight about right there, methinks. Name this layer bullshit and hide it. There we go. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna go for. The teeth are pissing me off. And I'll tell you why. First though. Gotta turn off the alpha layer here. Oh. Let's put that behind. Where did you come from? Who are you? Oh, that's the I hate Krita layer. My bad. Norsh. Oh. There we go. Because, like, why would it not be a halftone here for all the teeth? I feel like some light would be hitting the top of it. But, like, the corner right there would have none. Right? This may be controversial, but I think I'm going to stick with it. And we'll do the highlights on a separate layer because I don't want to mess up stuff too much. Oh, wait, we should probably turn off. We'll fix the rest of this and we'll continue with that. This seems so white, and then I just do, and you're like, oh, that's not white at all. Oh, value is so weird, dude. I can't even grab the right gray. This should be light family. There we go. This is so weird. This should be shadow family. This should be light family. Stardew, yes. A lot of Stardews in this playlist. I feel like you go so hard on the grays, I feel like it's impossible to nail it when they're super dark. I need to parse what that sentence means. My brain is kind of fried right now, I'm not gonna lie. Possible to nail when they're super dark. Picking gray colors. Yes, yes. Yeah, I agree. Honestly, all values for me. Actually, I feel like I'm opposite. I feel like I could maybe pick out darker values uh, easier than the higher ones, but I don't know. Going to lock this. There we go. And do our halftones here, and we'll do some halftones. Middle. I move it like 2 pixels, and it's basically in black now. I wonder if it's a like what's it called? Being pitch perfect? Is that perfect pitch? Not the movie. um, but like people who've surrounded themselves with music for a very long time could probably get a lot better with telling the difference. And I'm going to assume naively that that will happen with tones and values. Look at this tangent right here. It's very bright, especially compared to the darkest value. So maybe we don't even have that. Maybe we do, but we like really push it away. Perfect pitch does not work like that. Something you have to learn, be trained for as like a 6-year-old. Really? You can't learn perfect pitch when you're an adult? I'm trying to be careful here. I have an idea of how to do that. I'm so scared of like my pen tablet already has stuff. I don't know, man. I don't think asking about it more is gonna fix it though. Like I kind of told you, Kat. I'm just gonna draw what I want. If someday I choose to do it, I will. But like, I think people lose the ability. Oh, okay, not really. You can learn relative pitch if you try pretty hard, which is close. Okay, I didn't even know there was relative pitch. Guys, I didn't spec into perfect pitch when I was 6 years old. I was so fucking stupid. I should have been investing. Fuck. We joke, but I totally would be on my parents' asses about buying as much Bitcoin as humanly possible back in 2014. Like if I had the ability to time travel, I would be on that so fast. Okay, I want to also return here for a second. We're gonna do some halftone. I kind of want to separate the tooth. I this is a pretty stark conversation change, but let's talk about it. Uh Kavel, do you still think I'm a kid? Yep. Um when I this is for those who get burned out, which is every human, but like I don't know. Specifically uh the experience of getting burned out. The I hate getting burned out not because it just sucks and it kind of makes living hard, right? But also, why are these not getting value? Recovering from burnout is so much worse than being in burnout, in my opinion. I feel like I need like a official definition of burnout, and I could be saying the wrong thing, but anyways, uh, because when you have burnout, you kind of go day by day. It sucks. Don't get me wrong, it really does suck. Um, but life keeps moving, right? You have to do something. That's why you're getting burned out in the first place. Is it just it has to be. It has to be finished. But recovering from burnout, man, food doesn't taste the same. Freaking, like doing things you usually enjoy is just more tough. Why is why are you there? Why is that happening? I'm just gonna do this. Um, but yeah, it's thankfully I have streaming. I'm very thankful to have streaming and arts. Actually, no, I'm thankful to have streaming in this case because I feel like if I didn't stream, have like a slight obligation to draw every day, um, I probably would be a lot less consistent. And so having something that kind of like government mandated drawing, uh, helps me a lot. Ick feeling. I'm not sure if I'd equate it to an ick feeling. It's just it isn't there. Like it's just kind of empty rather than gross, if that makes sense. Hey, there we go. Glad these streams could be of service. Um, like I do sometimes think back to when I was really struggling with lesson two. There's a very real possibility I could have given up on Drawbox back then. And the spurious decision I made to start streaming was a very good one in my opinion. But yeah, and I'm definitely in the midst of burnout right now. And some nights when I think about drawing the next day, I get really overwhelmed. Not like to the point where I'm having a panic attack or anything, but I'm like, man, or no, not even drawing, but like streaming. I'm like, I'll never like this will never be a career. I'm gonna when I get a job, it's not gonna I'm not it's not gonna pan out right. Like I'll have to work if I have a partner, then I'll have to like dedicate more time to my partner than my stream, obviously, right? Um, I should just stop. And then I'm like, dude, I'm in like a very high octane, if not one of the most high octane parts of like my professional career in my life. Calm the hell down. I don't know. I have a newfound love for lesson two, but it definitely builds character. It is tough for sure. I'd say my least favorite lesson is still lesson three, just because I didn't find it as entertaining as the others. Personally enjoyable, but I'd say right now maybe it's a recency bias. Lesson two is the hardest, or lesson six is the hardest for me. I have a newfound appreciation for lesson two, despite the trials. Yeah. Let's see if this will go the way I want it to. Sucks. It's hard to distinguish it when you're burnt out. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I'm not sure if this is healthy. I've kind of just come to the conclusion now, and this is what I've been doing for maybe the past year. I just don't trust my thoughts past 12 o'clock at night. Like I'll literally like be doomsdaying or whatever in my own head, and then I'll look at the time and I'm like, oh, it's 12 o'clock. It doesn't help everything, right? But it definitely cushions the blows. Like I wish there was a one-time fix for all of those behaviors and feelings. Maybe methamphetamine is. I don't know. I tried it, but yeah. I hate Crittalayer. It doesn't have tilt, dude. Yay! Heck yeah, Penguin. What has inspired this change? Broken Draw, yeah. Oh, and my streams. Yay. Sorry, I skipped past that. I don't know why. 250 bucks has been grueling, though. That is completely understandable. But then you'll get past it, and you'll be in lesson 2, and you'll learn a lot of cool stuff about lighting. Let me hide that. You know what? While you guys chat real quick, I'm going to be right back. We're gonna do a quick BRB. We're not gonna do Game Guesser today yet, at least. Maybe we'll do it later. Be right back. Sorry, Twitch people. I'm gonna run ads right now just to get them out of the way, so no one has to deal with them. I apologize. Yeah. I'm back. Oh, I guess we're still waiting on ads, people. Sorry, YouTube people. We're gonna wait for Twitch people to be done with ads. Don't start without them. Windex gaming wipes. Monkey recommends for my things. That sounds goofy, like just gaming wipes. But hey, let's do it. Do not flush the gaming wipes. I don't want to decrease my pressure because that means I have to mess with my curve. So we'll see. The scratches like aren't super noticeable, but they're there. Oh no, they're there. I draw on like the same part of the keyboard or the drawing pad. I can feel the difference. Oh, that's not good. Oh no. Hurry up, ads be over. I want to draw. Okay. Welcome back from ads, everybody. Let's get back to it. Like, to do it. You are not immune to advertising, Cat. Go do it. Go draw. But like that is advertising. Every sense of the word. Why is my chat? Why is my streamer bot chat not working? So, okay, maybe streamer bot's tweaking. That would explain a lot of the stuff. Test? Question mark? Test? Ah? It's not updating chat on streamer bot, but it is on what the fuck? Okay, well, I guess I have to rely. I've been relying on the OBS, like my own thing chat this whole time, which I don't think is the best. Interesting. Anyways, let us start blending some more. We're gonna be doing a lot of smaller ones here because we want to get like the edge. I want to push the whites in a little bit, just a little bit, like really small. Is there an angle I can do this that's better at? Part of me is okay with kind of scratching up this drawing tablet because this is my first one, and I'm actually planning on buying a new one, possibly, maybe, who knows. But I'm not sure if a new one would fix my problem of very strong arming the my pressure not being good. That's the best. I don't know. I ran out of words for that one. There's pressure curves. Yeah. Should I do it right now? Let's do it right now. Fine. I've done it before, so I've already adjusted my curves a lot. And now that I'm used to it, I don't want to change it, but we'll do it. Okay, pressure sensitivity. How do I? Oh. Oh, I just lower the overall thing. Oh wait, my curve's linear right now. I thought it wasn't ready linear. Click threshold, sensitivity. Where's the little thing? How do I? There's a bar, but it's not like. Oh, advanced setup. There we go. Okay. It's on hard. Let's do light, please. What does that look like now? Did that even apply? No. Let's put on super light. You should bring back gambling. Cat, just say you're bored, bro. Respectfully. Oh, wait, no, my critic curve is much different. Let's move that to light, please. Thank you. Let's see what this is like now. Like, bro, go draw. Like, I'm all here for chilling out here and chatting, but, like, this isn't a casino. I'm gonna add some smaller shadows in the molars and stuff. We're just focusing on the big forms right now. Oish. We can do, like, an occlusion right here, a very tiny occlusion. That'd be cool. Oh my gosh. The pressure is so when the pressure is sensitive. Yeah, and you'd be rich because you'd be able to sell your art. You could probably sell your art right now, but is that not part of it? Also, I feel does this feel like the tooth? Yeah, it's too far. We're gonna move it inwards. Yeah, okay, because you sit on your hands. And you don't embrace the arts and enjoy them for what they are. Yeah, because everyone else is drawing. What? Guess we're gonna undo all of this and repaint it. It wasn't too much work. I think that's acceptable. Be a cat. I want to see you draw more. The squad ability. I'm not in them. Like I cannot see it. Whenever it was adding me every day, I was like, "Hey Delano, can you make it so it doesn't add me at me?" And he just removed me from the chat. Why is I feel like the pressure adjustment didn't change at all. Getting used to the new pressure. Pressure. My curve is probably pretty bad for this. So maybe we kind of do that. That feels better. What if we just do linear? I mean, why does this feel whatever? I think I'm just high. Okay, cool. Oish. So yeah, this is like feels more alias than this one. Something weird's going on. This still feels too high. Yeah, that is just not right. I'm bored. See, I tell her to go draw and she goes, I'm bored, and then like goes eat ice. You have a good one, Cap. Stay well. Okay, I think that's better. Okay, I think this may be better. Didn't I just move it? It feels like I didn't move it in enough. No, it actually feels like I need to rotate it as well. The iron deficiency is going to is going taking a toll on her drawing abilities. Going to take a toll. True. She needs some protein. I'm sorry. I'm like, I read chat messages verbatim, and like, I apologize if it sounds like I'm like making fun of your spelling. I'm not. It's legit. Just my reading comprehension sucks. So like, I do apologize. Should I get like an autocorrect bot and then it just rewords your messages? It detects that it's too hard to read. There's a tangent line. You see that? Frick. Okay, none of us said any of those things, Kat. I think this works now. I'm gonna like edit it 50 more times. That's the beauty of digital though. I guess the tangent line doesn't matter too much. Have a good one, Cap. She wanted to stay just to see if anyone would insult her. I'm trying to get rid of those gaps. Okay, now that she's gone, I know, right? But yeah, sorry, I brought up the whole burnout thing. This is like crazy. Because like, it doesn't feel like the end of college at all for me. I really can't comprehend it. Like, I've had multiple moments in college where I've recognized that burnout has diminished my ability to celebrate things. Like, end of semester, I'm very indifferent because I'm just done with finals and I'm crazy burnout. It's hard to like feel like I accomplished anything. And so multiple times throughout my college career, I've promised myself, I'm like, hey, you will celebrate like hell when college is over. Um, I've heard it takes multiple weeks. Yeah. So I want to do it justice. I want to do it justice with a good celebration and being happy while I'm here. Thankfully, I have like 2 weeks until I graduate where I have nothing. So I'm hoping that'll help it set in for me. Um, but yeah, like I um I want to do the hard work that I've spent ages on and lots of hair loss working on. These teeth actually feel a bit wide and now. We may erase the other side of it. That's good enough for now though. Technically speaking, we should do all the different forms and stuff right there, but I don't want to, so let's do an occlusion right next to the tongue. Why is it so opaque? Fine. That's not what I wanted. Let's do it like this. Okay. Also, I would just like to add it's very dramatic because it's only been rainy for the past week, and my last day of school is going to be a sunny day. Hoping that's foreshadowing. Is it? No. My life is not that romantic, but that looks kind of good. We're going to do a lot of pushing this way with the grays. Good night. Oh, I just realized I need to wake up early tomorrow. No, I'm sorry. You've done so much to work hard tonight and you have to wake up early tomorrow. I apologize. I do hope you have a good one, though. I was actually thinking of ending stream once we're done with the tongue and mouth region, so we're not too far off. Actually, I'm going to push the grays over a bit. I don't know where I read that as Goodnight Queer. My apologies. It's the new sick and twisted liberal version of Goodnight Moon, I guess. The white. Where are you coming from? Go to go as well. Okay. See you, Penguin. Have a good one. That's where all that's coming from. Hey. And her mouth. Let me rotate my... Okay. I don't know why it does that. Pick the wrong gray again. That is... Okay. It doesn't matter that that's not, like, parallel. Or, like, it's not the correct... But it bothers me. It's still not. Nice. Trying to still get used to the pressure. It's setting me back a bit, but I think it's a good adjustment to make. We could probably be pushing these further, but I'm not going to. This is so satisfying. I'm not gonna. I was gonna reference the Germa sweeping, the noise he made while sweeping, but I'm not going to reference that because that's a very horrible noise. The craziest happy accident happened. I feel like there's a little bit of light right here, which makes it feel like that little dip that the tongue has. His tongue is awfully linear though. It like goes all the way to the end, so maybe we need to like do something about that. Oops. We should probably smooth this out. New pressure moment. Oof. Oh. Okay, maybe we can't go that far. So I guess we could paint in some shadow family down here to indicate the end of the tongue. Seclusion. Eh, we'll see if this works. Not the biggest fan of how I'm going about this, but I don't like how tangent it is. Well, I like a bit of a. Add a little bit of a darker region right here to indicate like the tongue has formed, so it'll like go right here, up, and then in. No, I'm hoping to kind of like these are completely different grays. This is this. So I'm hoping that kind of tricks the brain, like the chest thing that Bear sent. We also need to. Yeah, that wasn't really what I was going for. So that's all. We can do like form shadow right here. Or halftone. So that's technically not the form shadow. And then it gets a little bit too light over there, so we'll add some of this in. I'm hoping this works. I'm rushing a bit though, so we may just undo it all in end stream. Not in like a dramatic way, but we can think about it more tomorrow. Actually, I'm not streaming tomorrow, I don't think. Yeah, that gave it like this fake sense of depth, kind of. There's this section that's a little bit too dark. Put a little bit more core shadow in here. This is a bit softer than I'd like, but I don't really want to mess with it too much. He says as he messes with it too much. Yeah, yeah, nice. I FW with that. And we'll add a bit of a, let's see, this is form, so we'll keep it there. I do want to round it in just a little bit. Just the smallest curve. And we're going to merge these layers. This is very scary. So I'm going to make a backup of everything. What is the difference between incremental version and incremental backup? I'm going to go incremental backup. Nice. So I have an idea. We're going to merge this now. Head on top of that. Boom. Actually, okay, wait. All of this, I don't think we need to do all that. That's too soft. So we'll just do this. It'd help if I was on the right layer. I think that's good enough for now. Then for this, we'll merge. Nice. For this, what we're going to do new sensitivity is very strange to me. I keep saying that. So get used to it already. Whoosh. There we go. Still a bit curved. Maybe do highlights on the teeth as well if I feel like it. Feel like it. Correct my pronunciation. Correct. I said correct my pronunciation, bro. I like this brush I've been using, the bristles one, but the bristles sometimes get in the way, which angers me. It vexes me. Oop. I want to do an extension of this. I don't know what's gonna happen right here. I guess it'll disappear, but teeth goes like this with our core shadow. Not sure how thick I should make it. Guess it doesn't need to be exact, but let's see what this does. I'm scared that the values here won't end up being very uniform, but we're gonna try. It's a little bit too dark. I don't really know how to fix it, other than maybe we could use the glow tool again. I'm curious. This doesn't look great. Also, where did all this go? I thought I did that. That's probably playing a role. I just don't like it. I don't know why. It's too dark. So we won't do it for now. This, I'm more comfortable with rounding. So we'll do that. Wow. The tongue is weird. That black value right there is calling a lot of attention. Maybe it should be... Actually, we could probably fix it a little bit by blending it a little bit. I think that could maybe work. Nice. We have the eyes next, guys. Yeah, there's a lot more to be done with the mouth, but I think for now we're going to leave it where it is, and we're also going to use some of our I hate Krita correction area to fix this up by just doing a little bit of this. Should help clean it up a bit. Nice. Okay. We're going to call it there, everybody. Not the happiest with this, but it's not like... I think I'm just setting my expectations too high. I don't think it's like a... Oh, I think it's wrong, you know? So once again, thank you all for joining me tonight. Thank you. Oof, we had a lot of people. Thank you all for joining. Bear, Cat, Penguin Claws, QR. I'm not sure if TS Block was here. TS Block, if you were here, thank you for joining. QR, I think. QR, Bear, Cat, Penguin. Am I missing anybody? I feel like I'm missing someone. I do not know. Well, if I am missing anybody, I apologize, and I hope you are doing well yourself. And thank you for watching. So, I don't think we're going to stream tomorrow. I'm going to schedule it for Saturday. Sorry for the bumpy schedule. We're at the end of college. It's been crazy. It's been tough. It's been rough, but we're getting there. So once again, thank you all for watching, and I cannot wait to see you guys probably on Saturday. Bye for now.